Sana po wag pong gamitin ito para siraan ako. Dahil sinasabi ko po, mahal na tagapangulo, kung gusto niyo ako mag-resign, ngayon na kung gusto ninyo. Wag niyo akong siraan.
Yun lang ang tanong ko, matter of procedure lang, Mr. President. Dahil kung ganun, kailangan klaruhin natin yung ating rules.
I'm not supposed to answer you here in the rostrum, but I cannot help but do that because you took the floor and parang sinisita mo yung Senate President, which is very unparliamentary.
Magandang araw mga kabayan, naglabas ng sama ng loob at galit ang ilang senador matapos isa-isang tumayo ang ilang miyembro ng Senate Minority Blocks sa plenaryo kaugnay ng iba't ibang isyu na tila nakatuon kay Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III. Unang nagpahayag si Senador Robin Hood Padilla sa anyay paninira umano sa kanya habang inaawit ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas na ibinalita ng isang pahayagan.
Noong pong dati, na binigyan ako ng issue na isang chismis, naglabas po kagad ng ating Sergeant of Arms ng report at binigay niya po kagad sa media. Ito po, wala pong kahit na sino ang nagpapaliwanag na hindi ko po ginawa. Ang tanong ko po, meron po ba tayong tinititigan sa tinitingnan dito? Kasi napakabigat po ng akusasyon nito sa harapan po ng ating bandila. Ako po yung magngangat-ngat.
Hiniling ni Padilla ang formal na investigasyon at pahayag ng Senado kaugnay ng isyu. Inirekomenda naman ni Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri na isang guni ito sa komite. Ang public information na pinamumunuan din ni Senator Padilla. Pinanigan naman ni Soto si Padilla kaugnay ng isyu.
Ako na mismo bilang bilang Senate President o tagapangulo ninyo, ako na nagsasabi na hindi ninyo ginawa yan. At tama yung mag-apologize sila sapagkat mali ang pinakita nila.
Kasunod nito, binuksan naman ni Senator Bato de la Rosa ang isyu na tila nakatuon naman sa isang pahayag ni SP Soto. Kaugnay ito ng pagpapalipat-lipat ng pisikal na kustodiya ni Bryce Hernandez, dating opisyal ng pamahalaan na nasangkot sa anomalya sa flood control projects.
If I quote your answer, Mr. President, gimmick yan ng minority. Hindi ba nila naiisip na baka si Martin Romualdez ang tuta ko? Makabintang sila porque pinagbigyan ko yung TRICOM, tuta na ako. May ginawa ba akong illegal? Yung request ng House of Representatives, illegal? Hindi. Ang gusto ninyo, awayin ko yung House of Representatives on day one. Mamatay sila sa sama ng loob.
Nagpahayag naman ng pagkarismaya si Senator Bato de la Rosa sa pahayag ni Soto.
Ang kinasama lang ng loob namin is, bakit kailangan pang patayin kami sa sama ng loob? Hindi na po masama ang loob namin. Tanggap na namin na kami minority. At pangalawang punto, Mr. President, gimmick lang ng minority yan. Ang Senado po, hindi po ito noon time TV show na puro gimmick ang ating tiniting up dito. Kami po ay nag-raise dito ng legitimate issues which requires legitimate attention.
Sinagot naman ito ng tagapangulo ng Senado.
When I said mamatay sila na sama ng loob, we were addressing the trolls. Because it was the trolls who were saying something to that effect. Na misunderstood nila completely. No? I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to answer you here in the rostrum, but I cannot help but do that because you took the floor and parang sinisita mo yung Senate President, which is very unparliamentary.
Kaugnay naman sa kustodiya ni Hernandez, iginiit ni Soto na hindi siya sumunod kay House Speaker Martin Romualdez Jr. dahil tumutol pa nga siya na manatili ang dating DPWH official sa Kamara. Tinindigan naman ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano ang pagsisiyasat ng ilang miyembro ng minorya.
You cannot argue with the presiding officer. That is what, thank you very much. That is what is unparliamentary. You cannot argue with the presiding officer. Klaro yon, we all agree on that. But you can ask a question sa Senate President. Then the Senate President has an option to answer it himself or to pass it to the majority leader or whoever is in charge.
Bukod dito, ipinunto rin ni Cayetano ang paglabag ng Senado sa witness transfer alinsunod sa Senate rules na kanyang sinalaysay. Pagkatapos ito, muli namang inahayag ni Senate Deputy Minority Leader Rodante Marcoleta ang kanyang mga hinaing na nauna niya na ring sinabi na sinagot naman ni Senator Soto.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing illegal or out of the rules that we have done. My opinion, as aired, kung hindi nyo nagustuhan, pagpasensya nyo ako. Kung hindi nyo nagustuhan yung mga sinabi ko, na opinion ko. Pero I never mentioned names. When I said, baka na-edit, tama yung sinabi ni Senator Pangilinan. Iba yung thinking eh. Bakit iisipin nyo kagad na pinapa-edit ko yung affidavit?
Bukod sa mga nabanggit na minority members, nagsalita rin sina Senator Joel Villanueva at Senator Jingo Estrada kaugnay sa kustodiya ni Hernandez sa dalawang senador na sangkot sa anomalya ng flood control projects. Ano ang masasabi mo dito, kabayan? Dahil sa pagpuna ng mga senador dito kay SP Tito Soto, naniniwala ka ba na tuta talaga ni Romualdez itong si Senate President Tito Soto III? Sama-sama nating panoorin ang buong video at pakicomment nyo po ang inyong mga reaksyon at sariling opinion. Pero bago yan, sa mga hindi pa po nakasubscribe sa ating channel na Kabayan News PH, pakipindot po ang subscribe button at pakiclick na rin ang notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga bagong upload natin na legit at napapanahong balita. Maraming pong salamat.
Kansilado na ang panukalang pondo ng mga flood control project ng Department of Public Works and Highways o DPWH para sa taong 2026. Ayon kay Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., inaasahang marirealign nito ang alokasyon ng mga flood control projects. Kaugnay nito, mayroon ng menu ang palasyo kung saan makakapamili ang mga mambabatas kung saan pangunahing sektor nais nilang magsagawa ng budget insertions. Kasama sa mga pagpipilian ang education, agriculture, health, housing, infrastructure, information and communications technology, labor, social, and energy. Nilinaw din ng Pangulo na kahit walang pondo sa 2026 budget na ilalaan para sa flood control projects, mayroon pa rin itong natitirang pondo ngayong 2025 na umabot naman sa 350 billion pesos.
Those savings, we already put a menu. Kaya para nga, unang-una, kahit na for the budget na sinusulat ngayon, kailangan na maliwanag na mapupunta sa tamang lugar. And so we have made a menu for our legislators to follow and say that all insertions, all changes made can only be made to the benefit of these agencies.
Nais ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. na mapanagot ang mga may sala sa flood control projects at makumpleto ang mga hindi pa natatapos na mga proyekto. Anya, dahil may warranty ang lahat ng government projects, pwede pang singilin ang mga mapapatunayang gumagawa ng mga anomalya at ipatapos sa mga substandard na proyekto. Kahapon sinabi rin ng Pangulo na walang sasayanging oras ang binuong Independent Commission for Infrastructure o ICI sa paggabol sa mga responsable sa mga maanumalyang proyekto ng gobyerno.
So we can still go back to them at sasabihin natin sa kanila, balikan ninyo yung walang kwentang project na ginawa ninyo at ayusin ninyo ng maganda. Out of your own pocket.
Handang pumirma ng anumang waiver sina Senators Jingo Estrada at si Senate Deputy Minority Leader Joel Villanueva para buksan ang kanilang bank accounts. Itong inihayag ng dalawang senador matapos masangkot ang kanilang pangalan sa umano'y anomalya sa flood control projects. Ayon kay Estrada, bukas siya na imbestigahan ang kanyang bank accounts, habang sinabi naman ni Villanueva na noon pa man ay isinusulong na niya ang pagbubukas ng bank account ng mga opisyal ng pamahalaan.
Ako, I'm open to an investigation. In fact, Mr. President, ngayon pa lang, kahit hindi pa nagko-comment sa Blue Ribbon Committee ni Senator Lacson, ngayon pa lang, I'm willing to sign any waiver to open my bank accounts. And that, I'll put that on record.
We have been consistent ever since. In fact, we have a bill for government officials na dapat naka-waive yun. I was just elected as Committee on Banks, Chair, will pass it.
Secretary Chula Ruel, magandang hapon po. Isa po doon sa mga mahalagang usapin po ng importation ng galunggong, yung pong sinasabi ng ibang mga tao na despite importing galunggong last year, we had not been able to influence the prices towards making it lower. No? Is it correct?
Mr. Chair, basically last year, bumaba naman ng konti. We have the data to prove na bumaba naman ng konti, but not as much as we expected, but not as much as we want. So this year, ang plano natin is, kasi ang proseso ho kasi, Mr. Chair, is meron recommendation yung tinatawag na National Pharmacy, which is para sa Certificate of Necessity. Ang recommendation nga ng National Pharmacy, if I'm not mistaken, is only 25,000 tons ang import natin during off-season, which I really believe kulang. Ang request ko is 45,000 tons. So ang ginawa ko lang, to be on the safe side, dahil yan ang opinion ng mga groups, no, na stakeholders, I went in between 25 and 45, so naging 35. Which nagdagdag pa ako ng 3,000 dahil naubos na yung imported by mid of December. This year, so para hindi magkaroon ng magkakamali, ginawa ko ng 55,000 tons kahit na 35,000 lang ang kanilang nirekomenda para make sure na bumaba ito.
So for the record po, Mr. Secretary, ano po yung percentage ng pagbaba, ng drop po from after importation? Sinabi niyo medyo maliit lang ho yung impact eh. So is it like
maybe 5% lang?
So is that percentage drop an acceptable drop or
Unacceptable, Mr.
it is
Chair.
unacceptable? So okay, thank you for that response. And ngayon po, lalakihan niyo na po. Tama po ba?
Yes, we will increase the volume and make sure na hindi i-hoard yung allocation nila. Kasi ang nangyayari din last year, even sa onions, na nabigyan ng allocation, tapos iniipit din nila yung pagdating eh. So ngayon, minomodify natin lahat na pag nagbigay ng allocation, mayroon tinatawag na must arrive date.
Okay.
Para lang buwan-buwan yung deficit ay mapuno or mas mahigit pa para bumaba.
So ngayon po pag-usapan natin, Mr. Secretary, paano po ba yung proseso of getting the allocations for importers? Paano po nade-determine which importer will get this? Is there an equality in the allocation
no,
or is there like a prioritization?
Dalawa yung ating binabas na CNI ngayon. One CNI is in 22,000 tons for mostly fish that are not caught in the Philippines or talagang kulang na kulang. Yan 22,000 tons yan, free for all yan. Anybody can avail. Walang listahan dumadaan sa opisina ko or whatever, no, na ni-review. Whoever applies, binibigyan lang ng parang 3 containers per application. Pag na-consume mo, tsaka ka mauling kumuha ulit. No? Yung sa CNI na 259 tinatawag na yun, FAO 259 system, ang 80% of the fish, 80% of the 55,000 is depende yan sa ilan ang nailand mo sa Pilipinas na huli mo at naibenta mo sa merkado. So it is performance-based. So yung 20% yan will be divided among the fish brokers or fish traders association.
Okay, so
Equally.
all right. So pag-usapan ho natin ngayon yung importation for September 2024 ng galunggong.
Last year?
Sorry, September 2024, yes. Meron pong listahan yan, di ba, ng mga importers, tama po ba?
Yes.
Can you state for the record, sino po yung mga pinakamalalaking mga importers nito pong galunggong importation?
I don't have the data with me right now.
We'd like to get the list, actually,
Yeah,
of the firms.
we'll give you the list, Mr. Chair.
So I can read it actually because I probably might have that list and you can basically just confirm it for me.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Mr. Chair.
Sige po. I think from the records that I have, the top importer for galunggong of September 2024. But is it correct that there was an importation for galunggong around September?
Last year, no. From what I understand, it's October.
Oh, yun po.
Or
Pero
to arrive November.
yes. So do you have the list po of the firms ba?
Yeah,
Sino
we should have the list, of course.
Yeah, I mean, can you actually provide the list na lang po? Para it doesn't
I
have
guess
to-
provide tomorrow.
I mean,
but
can you
not
give it now?
I'm not sure if we have it.
Sino po ba nagmamanage po niyan,
Bureau
BIFAR?
of Fisheries, sir.
Sige, is BIFAR ready with that list? of the top importers for that
We will
Galunggong
provide because
importation?
it's a long list.
Yeah, but can you just confirm na lang po if this is the list of the firms is correct?
Yeah.
Sige po. Sige.
Top of mind, yes.
Sige. The Davao Fishport Business Association. Is that correct? Is that part of that list?
Hindi ko alam. Yung mga association, hindi ko
Association
Alright.
pala ho.
Rel and Ren Fishing Corporation.
Yes.
Yes, I think
Taga-Jensen
andyan
na
yan.
fishing company yan, if I recall.
RBL Fishing Corporation.
Yeah, Navotas-based
Yeah.
fishing company, yes.
Newport Fishing Corporation.
Yes, that's Navotas-based.
Newport Complex Market 2 stall owners.
I don't know that.
Manor Fishing Corporation.
Yeah, I'm familiar. May Mano
Jumbo Fishing Corporation.
It's a
Yes.
fishing company.
JNA2 Commercial Ocean Fishing.
Ayan, di ako sigurado.
Irma Fishing and Trading Incorporated.
Yan ang biggest galunggong fishing company, yes.
Biggest Galunggong, Irma.
Yes.
Fortune Star Marine Resources Inc.
Hindi ko alam yun. Sorry.
I don't get the, ano po, some fishing, okay, Trans-Pacific Journey Fishing Corporation.
Yes, that's a fishing company.
So my question is, particularly you mentioned that Irma Fishing is the biggest Galunggong importer, supposedly.
Galunggong, no, fishing company.
Galunggong Fishing Company.
Yeah.
But I have some information that Trans-Pacific Journey Fishing Corporation was the biggest importer for that round. Is that correct?
Yes, because they are the biggest fishing company in terms of total volume of fish landed, not only galunggong. Kasi ang Trans-Pacific Journey is tuna and galunggong eh. Ang Irma is only galunggong. Mas maliit yung catch nila eh.
So that would explain why they got the biggest allocation. Is that correct?
It's not about galunggong. It's not species specific. It's about total volume of seafoods landed.
All right. Can you state for the record who are the owners of this TPJ?
The family of the Tiangcos. Mr. Chair.
Congressman Toby Tiangco.
Their family kasi ang kumpanya na yan was owned by their parents.
Do you not find any conflict of interest, Mr. Secretary, that the Tiangcos are importing the largest fishing agalunggong for this round?
Well, if you want me to really comment on that, I think they deserve what they are getting because they are the pinakamalaking nilaland talaga eh. This is very scientific and everything, so wala akong nakikitang issue.
Well, I'm stating it for the record because Congressman Tiangco is actually a member of the Aquaculture and Fisheries Committee in the last Congress. Hindi ba? So you did not make conflicts of interest checks relating to this.
Sa akin, I've been working in the industry for so long. Yung kumpanya nila is, their family has been in fishing for more than 60 years. So, it is performance-based, Mr. Chair. So, technically, kung sino pinakamaraming niland, recorded ng PFDA yan, nagbabawal ng buwis yan, so they should get the biggest allocation.
But in the several rounds that you had made importations for galunggong, is it correct to say that this is only the first time that they were like the top importer?
No.
Or were they always the top importer?
Well, during the time of President Duterte, I would have to say na marami doon sa listahan kaya hindi sila naging Navotas na overcome ng iba dahil marami ako nakitang problema sa mga landed reports ng that administrations before nung panahon na yon. Just give you an example. Ang inaalaw lang namin ngayon is lahat ng inunload na actual figure na inunload sa PFDA fishery ports. Nung previous bago ako pumasok, they were allowing unloading in private ports na kung sino lang maglista-lista. At ang rami kong tinanggal na listahan dahil maraming kalokohan. Sa totoo lang, nung panahon before my time sa importation ng isda. And ayoko nang sabihin kasi meron din isang congressman na humingi sa akin ng maraming allocation at hindi ko pinagbigyan ng isda. At ang pangalan nun, Saldico.
All right. But very clear, no? Okay. So pag-usapan ho natin, how many times have yung pong TPJ had actually been able to import, that they were the top importers?
I don't have the figures, Mr. Chair, but palagi sila nasa top kasi they have one of the biggest volumes, Mr. Chair.
All right. Sige po, you mentioned Congressman Zaldico, so do you have more information about that?
Well, I only have personal knowledge on the 3 companies he wanted me to give allocation kahit na may formula na kami. Hindi ako pumayag magbigay ng kahit isang container sa kanya sa 3 nominated companies niya. At ang isang kumpanya doon, pangalan pa, ZC Victory Fishing Corporation.
Can you state all the other companies that you're mentioning?
I don't remember as of the moment kasi biglaan itong mga ano natin.
So ano po yung gusto niyo pong banggitin about that? Do you feel that there is a conflict of interest there?
Hindi naman. Ang sinasabi ko lang, we were being forced at that time to give him 3,000 containers of fish, which I did not agree.
Well, very important that you mentioned being forced. No? What do you mean by being forced, actually?
Well, pinipilit na kami mag-issue ng import permit while we already have a formula, no, which ito nga yung formula na lumabas, and it is very clear na fair to sa scientifically, the data speaks for itself at kaya kong tindigan to.
But you have did you actually issue it or no? Did you issue po the request?
No.
All right.
No.
Thank you.